Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll get started briefly. Our chairperson, Ms. Kearns, is also in my office, so I'll be muting my microphone every once in a while so that she can proceed with the meeting, but we'll give everybody some time to further join. Thank you. In the meantime, I want to remind all LSC members to have your transfer folder or LSC budget folder open for the month of February if you have not reviewed the document. For the transfers, please take a look at the justifications in English and in Spanish. Por favor, si los miembros del concilio pueden revisar la carpeta de todas las transferencias. Si tienen preguntas para una explicación y prepararse para el voto. Gracias. Again, thank you all for joining us today, all of our LSC members. Just a friendly reminder, if you have not opened the LSC folder for the month of February, I ask you to open it now to review the transfers and have any questions ready. If you have any questions, por favor, abren la carpeta de las transferencias si son miembros del concilio para estar preparados con preguntas o para el voto. Muchísimas gracias. Ahorita vamos a empezar pronto.
I'll just take connect this. Check to look this isn't in yet.
Okay.
Maybe we can start over. Is that okay?
I just saw, what was that?
Can I grab a pen?
Oh, yes, that one works. I just want to say welcome to everybody. We're about to get started soon. Again, thank you for joining us today. Gracias por estar presente con nosotros. Por favor, el concilio, si no has abierto la carpeta con las transparencias, por favor, abren eso para revisarlos para el voto. So please, all of our LSC members, if you have not yet opened up the folder to review items, please do so at this time, where I think we're waiting for maybe one or two more people to join. And again, thank you. After this point, our chairperson will get us started. I'm muting from until I need to unmute. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Order. Yeah. When we'll get it start roll or
Can you hear me now? Okay.
can everybody else hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order now. I'd yeah.
It's still not working.
Okay.
So our chairperson is trying a different location within the school to get a better reception. So give Ms. Jessica Kearns a minute to relocate and try her audio again. Ahorita si le dan un minuto a la presidente del concilio para encontrar otra locación para que trabaje su audio. Ahorita se va a conectar otra vez de nuevo, pero de otra oficina. Gracias.
Thank you all for your patience. Am I coming through better now?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Please let me know if that stops being the case. I will recall the meeting to order now that it is 5:11. Thank you all for joining us. I'll go ahead and take roll since Dr. Lopez is not here. Fatima Flamenco. Fatima.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, and I am here. Ruth Cruz.
Present.
Okay. Israel Flores. Okay, looks like Mr. Flores is not here right now. Mr. Garces. Thank you. Miss McKay or Mrs. McKay.
Present.
Thank you. Alexis.
Present.
Thank you. Rodrigo.
Present.
Thank you. Victor.
Present.
Thank you. And Mr. Escamilla.
Present.
Oh, hello, Dr. Lopez.
Hello.
We were just going through the roll call. So we do have quorum. Look if you're not already at the agenda.
Si por favor pueden revisar la agenda.
Does anybody see anything that we need to change? Okay, then do we have a motion to approve?
I second that. Ruth Cruz.
Thank you.
If I can just get the attention of our chairperson, I did notice, and I don't know if anyone else can confirm this, I noticed a name under public participation. Did someone communicate with someone that Esteban was going to participate in this public participation? Because I didn't see an additional name sign up, and the person that did request for public participation contacted me, letting me know that they were not going to be able to attend. But if this name is correct, I'm fine with it.
When we met last week, you said that he had asked if he could speak.
Yeah, he said he was interested, but and then I told him to go to our
Oh, he
website
did not follow
on how to sign up, and I didn't see him officially sign up.
Oh, great. Then we can actually remove that. And then with that change, Mr. Griffith, do you still want, do you want your motion to stand for with that change? Is that a yes? Okay. Ms. Chris? You as well? Yeah, we'll still stop and see if there's anybody who has signed up. But if he did not end up formally doing it after requesting it, I would prefer to just have it removed just for accuracy.
Okay. Dr. Lopez, you want to go ahead and call everybody for a vote?
Yes, give me 1 second. We're using a new format for the minutes, so I ask everyone's patience for a second.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Kearns?
Aye.
Fatima Flamenco?
Aye.
Ruth Cruz?
Aye.
Israel Flores is not here. Nestor Garces? Melanie Lopez, aye. Alexis Cordova?
Aye.
Rodrigo Gonzalez?
Aye.
Victor Flamenco?
Aye.
Vanessa McKay?
Aye.
Principal Escamilla?
Aye.
The motion passes.
Thank you. And then, Mr. Escamilla, can you please put up last month's minutes? Okay. And everybody, please take a moment to look through them. And then let us know if anybody sees anything that needs to be changed.
Si por favor pueden revisar los minutos de la junta anterior para poder votar por los minutos.
Okay. If nobody has any changes that they would like to recommend. Oh, I'm sorry, you're still scrolling. Okay, then do we have a motion to approve?
I motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you. And do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Okay. Dr. Lopez, the vote, please.
Sorry, Jessica Kearns?
Aye.
Fatima Flamenco?
Aye.
Ruth Cruz?
Aye.
Mr. Garces? Myself, Dr. Lopez, aye. Alexis Cordova?
Aye.
Rodrigo Gonzalez?
Aye.
Victor Flamenco?
Aye.
Vanessa McKay?
Aye.
Principal Escamilla?
Aye.
The motion passes.
Thank you. It looks like we still do not have any requests to join for public participation. We currently do not have any old business that needed to be revisited. Mr. Escamilla, do you mind translating that before we move on to new business in the reports? Actually, we don't have new business on there either.
Ahorita no tenemos personas que se apuntaron para participación pública. Y ahorita no tenemos algo de revisar de business anterior. Y ahorita nos vamos a empezar con este anuncio de business nuevo. Would you like to share this tidbit of news, or did you want me to share this?
About the change to meeting structure?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going to make a quick announcement. In case any of you did not see the email from the district yet, well,
Ms. Kearns, you're cutting in and out. Everything you're saying, we cannot hear because you cut out. It was hard to hear.
Okay. Is it better now or not really?
Yes.
Okay. So as of May 12th, we will need to resume full in-person meetings for the LSC. So, we'll talk through that as we get closer and see if we need to make any changes to the schedule if this time is difficult for somebody to make it in person. But I wanted to make sure everybody saw the email from the district so that we have plenty of advance notice. Our main meeting is currently scheduled for prior to that date. So we would resume in person for our June meeting unless we make any changes to our schedule.
So, todos los miembros del concilio han recibido una correspondencia por el correo electrónico sobre el cambio de que todas estas juntas del concilio escolar de escuelas se tienen que regresar en persona sobre decisiones del gobierno y se tienen que regresar en persona después de mayo 12. So, nuestra reunión en mayo es antes de eso. So, nuestra primera reunión en persona va a tener que ser para el mes de junio, nada más para recordar a todos y que todos estén preparados que estas juntas van a tener que estar en persona.
Ms. Alvarez, are you here to talk about the PAC?
Hi, how are you, everybody?
I'm good.
No, I don't even have anything to share.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to
But
make
I'm
sure that if you
here
wanted to
to,
talk about that we did you sooner instead of having you go toward the end.
well, actually, it's my first meeting, so I just coming in to be here just to see what's happening. I know I
Okay.
have missed the other previous meetings, but I got sent out the invitation with from Mr. David, so that's why I'm here.
Okay. If you were wanting to give your report and leave, I wanted to make sure we weren't keeping you waiting for too long. Thank you.
Oh, nada.
Okay.
Or if you'd like to announce any upcoming meeting, when the next scheduled meeting is for the PAC.
Our next scheduled meeting is the first Friday of every month, so the next one will be March 3rd. If anybody's willing to join us, they are at 10 in the morning, so we change it in the morning. If anybody wants to participate or support us, those are our times every third of the month.
And is the
I mean,
March meeting virtual again?
Yes, so far we haven't moved to the in-person.
Okay.
So we keep doing it virtually.
Okay, I will hopefully be there.
All right.
Does one of you mind translating about the meeting?
Buenas tardes a todos. Soy Anabel Álvarez. Soy participante del programa de padres. Si quieren o gustan, o gustan acompañarnos, nuestras reuniones son el primer viernes del mes. Nuestro siguiente meeting es el 3 de marzo y son en la mañana, a las 10 de la mañana. Si gustan acompañarnos. Gracias.
Oh, Anna, the last time when I was at the meeting for, I think it was January, you guys were talking about potentially using some of the money for the architecture tour. Did that get
Yes.
voted on at the last meeting?
Yes, we were able to vote. I believe I had 10 parents that are interested. We just need to
Okay.
create the link for the parents to sign in our next meeting. If anybody's, they're gonna send the email for anybody who will be willing to participate so they can enlist themselves. And then the next meeting, hopefully we'll have at least a number and then we can vote on the date and time. But so far I just got to, I believe they was gonna create the email for the sign up sheet.
Okay, great. Do you have a cost for that yet?
No, not yet. Because like I said,
Okay.
we still have to get the email for the people that's gonna enlist themselves to sign in.
Okay.
Based on the
Great.
sign-in sheet, then we'll go ahead and get the tickets, and from there we'll get the date and the time.
Do you mind
Alright.
translating that as well?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Perdón, Jessica acaba de preguntar si tenemos la idea del viaje en bote para la Chicago Architecture. Es un paseo en bote. Le estoy diciendo que votamos para que los padres participen. Solamente estamos esperando que manden un correo electrónico con el link para que se inscriban los padres. Va a ser enviado a todos los padres, el que guste acompañarnos. En este lista vamos a mirar cuántos padres quieren participar para que podamos comprar los boletos. Dependiendo del número de padres que quieran participar y que se apunten, entonces vamos a votar nuestra siguiente reunión, la fecha y la hora. Por ahorita solamente estamos esperando que el señor David, el otro maestro, pueda hacer el correo electrónico y nos mande el enlace para que nos podamos inscribir.
Does anybody have any questions for Ms. Alvarez? Okay. Thank you so much. Feel free to stay and join us if you would like. Don't feel like you have to if you would like to get going.
No problem.
Mr. Escamilla, since Ms. Tracy has joined us, do you mind if we go ahead and have her do her report as well before we start yours?
I do not mind. I just want to make you aware, Madam Chairperson, that there is a last minute request, also of public participation that I just received. I can send them the link to this, and then I'll follow your lead in when you want to let them speak and give them their 2 minutes. It can be after the reports or whatever you prefer.
Yeah, I would like that to be after the reports, since we had already passed that item on the agenda. And thank you. Hey, Ms. Tracy.
Hey, good
do you want to go
evening,
ahead?
everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah. We could. I cannot now. Mr. Escamilla, go ahead. She said she'll wait.
Oh, she's going to join. Okay. I was just sending the link to the other person. Okay.
Thank you.
So I'm going to stop sharing the agenda temporarily. Visitor in for the public participation. So as I begin to share my screen, maybe you can guide him to wait until the end of the reports.
Okay. Mr. Munoz, habla inglés or no?
No.
I can help translate, Ms. Kearns, if needed.
Okay, that would be great. Can you just let him know that we need to finish the reports and then we will get to him after that?
Disculpa, señora doctora López, solamente para informarle que ya hemos pasado el tiempo de participante pública, pero vamos a regresar después de que el principal da su reporte y hagamos los reportes de la escuela. ¿Está bien? Señor Muñoz, no sé si usted me escuchó.
Creo que es señora.
Disculpe.
I read it wrong and just saw it.
Gracias.
Lo siento.
Ok, gracias.
So right now, before I begin to share the slides for the principals report, if you can all open your folders and direct your attention to the transfers in case you have any questions that I can address. If not, then we can review the transfers and move forward with votes or comments.
Is everybody able to view those? Or is anybody having trouble?
Ahorita estamos revisando
Dr.
para
Lopez, do you
poder.
mind?
Ahorita estamos revisando el folder con la información sobre los cambios de fondos, los transfers. Si usted quiere cargar un minutito, ¿alguien tiene algún problema en accesar esa información? Vamos a agarrar un minuto para revisar y después podemos ir con los votos.
Then do we have a motion to approve? Or do we have any questions or comments on it first?
I motion to approve the transfers.
In their entirety or one by one?
For me, in their entirety.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a second for that? Okay, thank you. Dr. Lopez, can we go ahead and vote?
Ms. Kearns?
Aye.
Ms. Flamenco?
Aye.
Ms. Cruz?
Aye.
Mr. Garces? Myself, aye. Ms. Next,
Aye.
Mr. Rodrigo?
Aye.
Mr. Victor?
Aye.
Ms. McKay,
Aye.
Principal Escamilla,
Aye.
the motion passes.
Okay, and Ms. Gonzalez, I will have the forms both for this one and last month ready for you. Do you want me to just leave them with Mr. Escamilla or somewhere else? I'm at the school right now.
You can go, Mr. Escamilla. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Escamilla, go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you again for joining us. I just wanted to give everybody an update overall, as I usually do, over our priorities and some of our school data. So right now we hit a milestone, and I hope to continue to increase our enrollment. As you remember, I mentioned before that at the end of the last school year, we were at 540 students. At the start of the school year, we kind of took another dip to around 530, 535, but slowly but surely we kept on increasing, and we hit that magic number of 600, where the district kind of labels schools more middle-sized rather than small schools once you reach that milestone. So I'm hoping that this continues to make a positive impact to our school community. Our attendance rate hasn't fluctuated much, but last month we were around 77, but we're maintaining around 76 currently. Our increase in enrollment that we've noticed has impacted our bilingual or English learner population. We are up to 42%. I continue to work with the district to get continued support around additional funding, whether it's small amounts. I'll take it to support our bilingual program. Ahorita tenemos un total de 602 estudiantes, que es una grande meta para nosotros. Queremos mantener esos números o ojalá que crecemos más en estudiantes aquí en la escuela de Foreman. Tenemos un promedio de asistencia de 66%. Y nuestro programa bilingüe continúa creciendo aquí en la escuela. Estamos de 42% de nuestros estudiantes son parte del programa bilingüe. So a little focus on our instruction and differentiation priority. Currently, this is one of our goals, is to focus and do deliberate work and make gains in differentiation within our school. And so thus far, since our last meeting, we are preparing for the network visit. They come in with their professionals to do visits in our classrooms, give us data, and give us food for thought on adjustments that we need to make. As you all know, we also prepare for our in-house walkthroughs or learning walks of our classrooms so that we can stay active and on top of best practices and get positive feedback when the district comes and visits us. Our ILT is currently focused on supporting our departments in one area of differentiation. The way we define differentiation here is differentiation of presentation, product, process, and classroom environment. And so this for this quarter, our ILT is guiding our departments to focus on one area of differentiation to continue to make gains around our efforts. Ahorita nos estamos preparando para un visito del distrito, donde traen a sus profesionales en diferentes áreas para que nos visiten nuestros salones y nos den datos y nos puedan ayudar en cómo guiar a nuestros maestros en cambios que tenemos que hacer para seguir mejorando. Pero también nosotros tenemos nuestros caminos de aprendizaje que le llamamos aquí, donde visitamos a clases y los maestros se apoyan y ayudan con datos que ellos colectan y hablan sobre su práctica y su instrucción para seguir mejorándonos en esta área. Our focus in our priority number 2, or MTSS structures. Recently, our behavior health team had delivered a professional development or workshop in one of our Flex Day Fridays, where they made improvements to our overall referral process and then had our teams or teachers practice making referrals. Our MTSS continues to solidify their practice within a new system that Foreman is actually piloting. There's only a few schools piloting this program called Branching Minds. And we're piloting that program to improve the way we provide interventions or supports for students, where we track the success of that intervention, and then we continue to monitor other students in the future for those students that need supports. And so we continue to lead the way, especially in our network within Branching Minds as an MTSS team. So they're continuing their work in meeting after school, in addressing this work and creating additional tools, routines, so people can become super familiar with the system and navigating in the system, and also creating a menu of options for them to provide support or interventions to support students. En nuestra meta número 2, sobre nuestras estructuras que tenemos en la escuela para soportar cuando los estudiantes bajan en sus notas o su comportamiento, nuestros equipos de salud y nuestros equipos sobre las académicas y las ayudas que ellos dan, se están mejorando y están trabajando sobre aprendiendo cómo usar y navegar por un sistema por la computadora que se llama Branching Minds. Es un sistema que el distrito quiere que las escuelas empiecen a usar. Nosotros somos una de las primeras escuelas experimentando con este sistema. Y yo tengo orgullo que nuestros maestros están experimentando, son unos de los primeros maestros experimentando en este sistema para poder apoyar el comportamiento y el soporte académico de nuestros estudiantes. So este es el trabajo que ellos están haciendo ahorita. And our priority number 3 over student engagement, voice, and civic life. This really has a big focus on the work coming out of our culture and climate team. And right now, our students were recently acknowledged at the end of the first semester with awards in academic and attendance achievements, also around pride. So we acknowledged our students in a special assembly in the auditorium, providing them with trophies and certificates and medals, which again continues to build school spirit and acknowledge students when they're doing the right thing. And maybe we can put some of our student reps on the spot so they can share a little bit more about what they thought about that ceremony a little later. All staff were recently invited by one of our partners who we partner with, our Tiers Grant Partnership, where Foreman hosted around 400 people, including our staff, all of our staff, several high schools, several elementary schools here to experience a restorative practice workshop. It was a lot of fun for our teachers to engage and just see what's on the other side of the fence, so to speak, what other schools are experiencing, their ups and downs, and to do a little comparing. I thought it was very productive. Some of our teachers even hooked up with other teachers to continue to enjoy meals and drinks after the workshop. I thought it was a successful one. And so we continue to make headway around our restorative practices so that we can continue to improve student engagement. And then our culture and climate team is launching into their work of doing their first ever culture walks, where they, similar to our ILT doing instructional walks, our culture and climate team want to do culture or climate walks where they visit certain areas in the building and they gather data around student behaviors in different areas of the building, separate from academics, but hopefully they'll gather important details that continue to help us as a school. So en nuestra meta número 3, sobre cómo tratando de agarrar más atención de nuestros estudiantes para que se involucren más en la escuela, en el aprendizaje y en la cultura de la escuela, nuestro equipo de clima y cultura se han enfocado en ayudándonos en reconociendo a nuestros estudiantes con premios sobre el aprendizaje, asistencia y su comportamiento que está conectado a nuestra campaña de Pride. Y también hemos tenido un grande día el último viernes donde invitamos a diferentes escuelas aquí que aprendan con nosotros sobre estrategias que puedan ayudar a soportar la disciplina y el comportamiento de los estudiantes y ser más abiertos a darles segundas oportunidades cuando hacen sus errores con su comportamiento. El último viernes teníamos un día de talleres para todos los maestros, donde era muy bonito ver a los maestros hablando con otros maestros de otras escuelas y aprendiendo de sus estrategias en sus escuelas y nosotros también dando detalles de cómo nosotros estamos practicando estas estrategias. Últimamente, nuestro equipo de clima y cultura se están trabajando para hacer un sistema aquí donde van a visitar diferentes áreas del edificio, por ejemplo, la cafetería, y tomar datos del comportamiento de estudiantes en la cafetería o en los pasillos o en diferentes áreas en la escuela para seguir mejorando estrategias que ellos pueden dar como aconsejar a otros maestros o equipos a seguir mejorando el comportamiento y el carácter de nuestros estudiantes aquí en Foreman. So this is the last bit of detail that I want to share. I recently participated in a network meeting where they tentatively shared out the upcoming and new process they have for us to complete the CIWP. And we are going to be completing a new 3-year CIWP, hopefully by the end of this school year, but they haven't fully shared the official process, but they have sort of given us a little preview of it, a tentative preview. And basically what I can outline is that it's going to start with a practice and performance reflection survey. Usually in the past, they called it the school effectiveness survey. They're going away from that survey and they're trying to streamline this survey to gather important information to continue to help us facilitate the writing of the CIWP, which it takes some time simply because it has a lot of hands in the mix of things. Then after the survey, we determine priority areas similar to the priority areas that I share with you on these updates around differentiation, student engagement, and MTSS. And so we determine our priority areas, and then we goal set. And then we set goals on what do we want to accomplish within these areas. And in particular, they said they're going to want us to reflect on questions like how will it impact our curriculum? How will it impact our MTSS, which we are deliberately already creating structures around? And then how will it impact post-secondary success? So post-secondary success does not mean high school graduation. It means how can we assure that the work we're doing here as a school is going to help students after they leave Foreman, right? How can we assure that our work is going to continue to impact them for at least a couple more years as they launch into their college or career choice options? So, nada más quise dar unos detalles sobre información que el distrito nos ha dado en creando nuestro plan, que va a ser un plan comprensivo de 3 años que vamos a cumplir en este año. Y todavía no han dado el proceso oficial, pero sí nos han dado básicamente el proceso que vamos a tener que tomar de cuenta nuestros miembros del concilio, padres, estudiantes, maestros para cumplir con este plan de 3 años. Y básicamente nos dicen que vamos a tomar una encuesta como una comunidad a saber detalles de cómo priorizar nuestras metas, en qué áreas, similarmente como las áreas que ya he presentado o que típicamente presento aquí en estas juntas, las áreas de instrucción y de diferenciación de nuestra instrucción, de nuestro soporte de intervenciones para los estudiantes y nuestro nuestra última meta sobre haciendo un impacto en la clima y cultura de la escuela. So vamos a tener que revisar esos datos de la encuesta para otra vez hablar sobre cuáles áreas nos podemos enfocar y qué tipos de planes podemos crear para los próximos 3 años. And I am done with presenting. If you have any comments, questions, please go ahead. Any comments or questions on the report? If there are no comments or questions on the report, I'd like to take this last opportunity for all LSC members. Remember, in the link that I shared with you all for today's meeting, I also included a link to the website for the district for the continued LSC trainings. If you have not signed up for those and you need some more to complete your training, the window is limited, so please address those trainings as soon as possible. Si recuerdan, con la invitación que les mandé para esta junta, este es solamente para los miembros del concilio, quiero tomar esta oportunidad de recordarlos que si todavía tienen entrenamientos que tienen que participar, que se apunten usando esos links, esas conexiones para el sitio de web del distrito, para apuntarse para los talleres que tienen que cumplir los miembros del concilio. And if you simply go to Google and you type in CPS LSC training, it's the very first one. And if you scroll down, they have here dates of where you can sign up. Otra vez, nada más para recordar a todos, si buscan en Google el LSC entrenamiento o training del distrito CPS, van a poder encontrar inmediatamente cómo se pueden apuntar para estos talleres si todavía no han cumplido con todos los talleres que son un requisito para seguir participando como miembros. Thank you.
Do you mind scrolling down a little bit to show everybody where the on-demand trainings are? So for people who can't make this.
Estos entrenamientos me pidió la señora Kearns que baje un poco más para enseñarlos que hay entrenamientos donde se pueden apuntar para participar en vivo, en persona, o por estas grabaciones por video y quedarse en su casa y participar por video en casa.
And so all of these trainings are required to be completed within 6 months of when each of us took our spot on the LSC. Does anybody have questions about the requirements or about how that works to take them? Do you mind translating, please?
So, parte de tomar estos asientos, si todos recuerdan, era para participar en estos talleres de entre 6 meses de nuestra participación. Si no han cumplido con estos entrenamientos, por favor, si se pueden apuntar para cumplir con sus entrenamientos. Muchísimas gracias.
Okay. If we do not have any questions, then we can go ahead and move on to Alexis, Rodrigo, and Victor.
Sí, hola, buenas tardes. Lo que hemos visto hasta estos momentos de Cívica ha sido de cómo manejar los $300,000 que nos ha dado el gobierno para influenciar de buena manera nuestro colegio y también cómo podríamos utilizarlo para los salones de clase y los alrededores de la escuela. Rodrigo, si puedes traducir eso, por favor, y después sigo hablando.
Rodrigo, she's asking if you can translate now.
Would you like me to assist with translating if Rodrigo's not available?
That would be great. Thank you.
Yes, and for some reason, she just disconnected it.
Okay. Nexus was sharing that they have been working and looking over the $300,000 grant that was given to Foreman for school improvement.
Rodrigo, are you connected and do you want to continue sharing, or Victor? I know that everybody had something to.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, my connection is kind of bad right now. So it's about the thing that we talked, right, Mr. Escamilla?
Yes, what Alexis shared about the civics classes and the 300,000.
Yeah, so we are talking about how we're going to spend that 300,000 and the ideas that we are given. And how are we going to spend those 3,000? And then how are we taking the opinion of the students, and how are we going to decide by media post and a poster in the school so the students can like see the different ideas that we're giving in class.
También estuvimos hablando de cómo, además em, de introducir a los demás estudiantes en votar o ayudarnos a decidir en qué los podemos gastar esos $300,000. Estuvimos hablando de cómo podíamos influenciarlos a ayudarnos con esos $300,000 para el colegio, obviamente.
Yeah, that was very complicated. Then we were talking about how students are going to help us to spend those $300,000.
Y eso sería todo lo que hemos hablado hasta el momento, porque todavía seguimos en decisión de en qué podríamos gastar esos $300,000.
And that's everything for that report from Alexis and me. We're still deciding, or we're doing right now, the project that is going to make us decide what are we doing with the 300K.
Victor, are you connected? Were you going to share?
Sí. Buenas tardes. Para empezar, pues, no tuve tiempo de hacerlo un reporte de Student Voice. Para empezar, pero para la siguiente reunión ya lo voy a hacer. No sé si me puedes traducir eso, Rodrigo.
¿Podrías repetirlo, por favor? No te escuché bien.
De que no tuve tiempo para hacerlo del Student Voice, un reporte de eso, y pues para la siguiente reunión ya pues, lo haría.
So Victor is saying that he didn't have time to make that report about the student voice. So for the next meeting, he will have the report ready.
También otra cosa sería de que pues en medio nos reunimos con este am, con el Mr. Escamilla y estuvimos hablando sobre que estamos pensando en hacer unas encuestas de hacerles preguntas a los estudiantes sobre qué hacer en la escuela. Por ejemplo, estamos pensando hacer unas dos preguntas, a encuestas a cada semana para ver qué es lo que opinan los estudiantes y ver qué es lo que quieren ver que se mejore. Por ejemplo, estamos pensando ahorita a enviar una encuesta sobre de cómo quieren los estudiantes que mejore la escuela, en qué sentidos.
So Victor said that with like the Alexis, Victor, and me and Mr. Escamilla were talking about doing surveys for students about how to improve school classes and how teachers can like may be, students be interested in the in school.
Y eso sería todo. Gracias. That's all. Thank you.
Nice.
Any question?
And thank you for meeting with me. I did have a question so that you can just share maybe your thoughts and opinions about how the award ceremony went. Did you guys like the award ceremony? Any recommendations about the award ceremony del Día de los Premios? Y si también pueden dar su opinión de como estamos en medio de las elecciones de los estudiantes del concilio, si pueden dar su opinión de participando en estas juntas. I'm asking the students if they can just share their thoughts about the award ceremony, and then seeing that we're in the middle of the student election for LSC, for the LSC rep seats, if they can just give their thoughts and opinions of their work and expectations in holding these seats.
Yo podría hablar sobre la nominación de otros estudiantes para el representante estudiantil, y me gustaría decir que hay muchos compañeros que podrían estar interesados, tanto como hay otros que no, pero muchos quisieran tener esa oportunidad de representar a los estudiantes y darle voz a los estudiantes. Rodrigo, si puedes traducir eso, por favor.
Okay. ¿Qué dijiste? ¿Qué dijiste? ¿Cómo traduzco eso? So Alexis was saying that she's talking about how other students wants to take the opportunity to be in the LSC, to be in the LSC, and how she's like looking for the ones that are more interested and to be in that group next year.
Y también me gustaría decir que creo que si los mismos profesores no sé la palabra, no, impulsaran a los estudiantes a tomar más riendas de su voz, de que su voto cuenta y de que lo que ellos digan se toma en cuenta, podría ser mayor la participación de los estudiantes en el concilio local. Rodrigo, si podrías traducir eso, por favor.
Muchas veces usan palabras complicadas. And she's talking about how maybe teachers can like promote students to be part of the student council so they can share their opinions on how to improve the school.
Y esa sería mi opinión. Muchas gracias.
Victor or Rodrigo, did you want to share anything of from your opinions or thoughts?
You say that we can talk about the what was that the award that was on Friday, I think.
Yes, you can share your thoughts on that.
Okay, so I didn't have the opportunity to be there because I was with the jazz bands, something with doing another thing. But some friends told me that it was pretty cool because a lot of people were nominated. I will like if there is another award, like what do you say?
Ceremony?
The award ceremony. I would like to see like more categories where different students can be nominated. Like not see like the same students that always study. I mean that's good, but I want to see like more people nominating, like everybody receiving something because because I know like most of the people that put effort maybe they don't receive something or they don't are recognized. So I would like to see more people. Valga la redundancia.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I'll try to work with the culture and climate team and Ms. McKay and Dr. Lopez are here who help with the culture and climate team, Ms. Gonzalez. So we're going to take that information back so that we can figure out how to give acknowledgement to other types of effort. Victor, any thoughts? ¿Quieres dar tu opinión, Víctor?
No, no, ahorita no tengo ni una, perdón.
Thank you. Victor says he has no other opinions or thoughts to share.
Does anybody have any questions for the students?
Yeah, I do have a question about my Mr. Escamilla, the presentation. You said that the teachers took a course about mental health. Is that right?
So the
Student mental health or
yeah, so the training that they took was around restorative practices, although restorative practices does overlap a lot with strategies that support mental health. So it wasn't strictly a mental health workshop, but more about how to be more open-minded in restoring relationships and restoring learning opportunities when students make mistakes.
now, as I'm continuing hearing about how you guys are gonna spend the 300K on the school fund, and you're introducing obviously the awareness of mental health and the need for students to obviously have make mistakes. Is there like an open window? I know that the school does provide counselors. Is there a way that they can? I mean, I know that you get counselors and psychologists. Is that correct?
Correct.
So there will be like a way for have maybe for the students that they need more than just the talk with the psychologist to actually get like a more like a section, weekly section with a psychologist that will improve their mental health, their mental stress, that it can be implemented in their school program, like something that you can add with this with the money that the school is getting. Is that something you guys can do?
So number one, I think it's a great suggestion that we can continue to investigate on how to bring more awareness to that, because right now we have two social workers aside from our school counselors who do give some level of guidance. We also have two social workers in the school, and some students that have it as part of their IEP, where they visit with a social worker on a regular basis. The social workers are available to support students if they want to meet with one of our social workers. They're never going to reject them. But I think there can be more awareness brought to that. The question about how we can potentially use the $300,000 in this area, unfortunately, the funding is only made to impact the facilities, so the building as a structure. So if we need to like do a washroom renovation, for example, or one of the discussions was bringing an upgrade of air conditioning units to our gym facilities, where we don't have where sometimes our kids struggle in the heat in the gyms because there are no proper air conditioning units there. So that was an idea that the students came up with. And so again, I think your idea is a good suggestion, but the $300,000 that we're receiving would only be able to impact the building and building improvements. Correct.
The school is culture. So how
Yes.
about the benches for the soccer field? That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, so that would be an impact to the facilities. Yes.
Okay. And Anna, we can also, like Mr. Escamilla or I can follow up with you too if you have specific questions.
Okay.
Miss Tracy, are you back?
I am. I'm here. My
Great.
car has better audio than my computer. So, good evening. Buenas tardes todos. I'm Eileen Tracy. I'm the bilingual coordinator at Foreman. We have a BAC, a bilingual advisory committee meeting coming up on February 22nd. It'll be virtual at 6 o'clock. The links, the info is on the website, and we'll start blasting information home with emails, text messages, phone calls, and flyers with the kids, probably starting next week. This meeting that's coming up is a good one, especially because our program is expanding and expanding quickly. We have a lot of new students and a lot that are new to the country. So our agenda for our next bilingual parents meeting will be Mr. Garces, who is there, kind of walking parents and students through the process of understanding credits, grade point averages, and what's necessary for graduation, because the system here is so completely different than the system in whichever of the countries they're coming from. So, nosotros tenemos el próximo reunión de la comité de bilingüe en 22 de febrero a las 6 en la tarde y es virtual. Señor Garcés va a explicar en esta noche todo de los créditos, grade point average, las cosas que todos necesitan para graduarse en punto y, y todo de eso. Es muy, muy importante este año porque tenemos muchas familias nuevas y el sistema aquí es muy diferente que en los países en Centroamérica, Sudamérica y Europa también. Entonces, es un reunión importante, especialmente por las familias que son nuevas aquí en los Estados Unidos. After our February meeting, we have another regular meeting in April, and we are we're thinking about, we're trying to figure something out for our last meeting in May, which I think we're going to do in person. And we're trying to think of something special, but we have to work out the details. So tenemos el próximo reunión importante es 22 de febrero. Tenemos otra reunión en abril, normal. Y en mayo vamos a tener la última reunión por el año, pero esta va a estar en vivo en la escuela y vamos a hacer algo especial, pero todavía estamos pensando de los detalles. Apart from that, we also are in the middle of access testing. We've tested probably the majority of our students. We're probably about 70% right now. We still have till the end of the month to finish, so we're in good shape numbers wise. If your students haven't taken the test yet and they're scheduled to do so, it's important that they do their best, if possible, as best as possible. So, estamos en medio de el examen de Access. Access es un examen para ver cuánto inglés los estudiantes aprenden. Todavía tenemos como 30% de los estudiantes que tenemos que dar el examen, y entonces si alguien tiene un estudiante quien está esperando por su examen, es muy importante que ellos hacen como pueden, con gusto, por favor. And just two really more quick things. Something I never acknowledged before that I should have is that the 3 student representatives here, Rodrigo, Victor, and Alexis, all 3 of them are active students in the bilingual program, and we are so proud of them for taking an opportunity to participate and learning about some of the systems here. And again, I'd like to point out that our bilingual program is growing extremely rapidly. I imagine we're going to be very close to 300 students by the end of the year, and I feel like that growth is going to continue into next year. So I hope we can work together to plan and make sure that we have the resources that we need to continue to provide a high quality program for our students. So, dos cosas más rapidito. A los 3 estudiantes aquí, Alexis, Rodrigo, and Victor, todos los 3 son estudiantes de la programa bilingüe Foreman High School, y por eso nosotros de la programa bilingüe somos súper feliz y orgullosas, porque es difícil cuando está aprendiendo inglés para hablar en frente de otros y para entender todo. So we're super psyched about that. Y también, es muy importante, nuestro programa es creciendo tan rápido este año. Yo creo que vamos a tener cerca de 300 estudiantes hasta el junio, y yo creo que va a crecer más como este año en el próximo año. Entonces espero que nosotros podemos trabajar juntos para no sé, para, I don't know, how do I say, to secure what we need, Mr. Escamilla?
Para asegurarnos que
there.
de recibir lo que necesitamos como una escuela, y también para asegurarnos que estamos apoyando a los estudiantes como está creciendo el programa bien rápidamente. Entendemos que necesitamos nosotros reaccionar con el apoyo también en ese mismo modo rápidamente.
Sure, thank you. All right, thank you guys. Are there any questions for me?
Nope. But I'll see you in the meeting.
Awesome. Thank you
Thank
guys
you so
so
much.
much.
And Mr. Garza, too.
Have a great night.
You too.
You too.
Great. Mr. Garces, do you have a FOIA report? Yes. Any questions? Senora Munoz?
¿Sí? ¿Diga?
Sí, hola.
Hola. No, no, está todo perfecto, bien. Gracias.
Oh, okay. Then does anybody else have anything before we talk about adjourning? Or do we have a motion to adjourn?
Concord.
25 now. Okay, do we have a second?
Do I get a vote?
I
Okay,
second
just
it.
get Alexi.
Oh, thank you, Miss Alders.
Who seconded that vote? Because it was a little confusing.
Bruce, yes.
Thank you.
Quick vote. Aye.
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 Aye. Cruz.
Escamilla, aye.
Anexis, aye.
Víctor, aye.
Fátima, aye.
Víctor, aye.
Mrs. McKay, aye.
Is that everybody, Dr. Lopez?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. And we will return on March 14th.
Thank you.
Have a good night.